In this video, I'm going to walk through calculating a predetermined overhead rate. And if you recall from Chapter 1, the three manufacturing costs are direct materials, direct labor, and manufacturing overhead. While the first two, direct labor and direct materials, are direct and therefore easily traced and assigned to product or jobs. On the other hand, manufacturing overhead is indirect. We'd have a hard time tracing it. Because of that, we've got to come up with some way of assigning that, and we're going to do it based upon estimates, and we're going to call that the predetermined overhead rate. We also have to make a choice as a company. What do we think what really drives overhead to occur? Is it direct labor hours? Is it machine hours? Is it something else? For this particular company, they believe that direct labor hours is really what causes us to consume a lot of our manufacturing overhead. Also note as I work through this problem, they've got several estimates. They believe at the start of the year that they're going to have 20,000 direct labor hours. They believe their total fixed manufacturing overhead is going to be 94,000, and their variable overhead is going to be consumed at a rate of $2 per direct labor hour. Again, that's all estimated information. After the fact, at the end of the year, they recognized their actual overhead for the year was 123,900 and actual direct labor hours was 21,000. Here's the challenge. We need to ignore the actual information. When we're calculating that rate, it's at the beginning of the year. We don't have the crystal ball or the foresight of what's actually going to happen. All we have is the estimates. So I'm just going to cross out the actual information. And I'm going to have a two-step process. The first thing I want to do is calculate total estimated overhead. Well, the fixed part of that's easy because they gave us 94,000 fixed overhead in total. The variable portion's a little bit more challenging, but we can still do it in a couple of steps. We're going to take that $2 per direct labor hour that we estimated for variable overhead, multiply it times 20,000 estimated direct labor hours, and so our belief at the start of the year is we're going to have approximately 40,000 in estimated variable overhead. Now I'm simply going to add together the 40,000 in estimated variable overhead to the 94,000 in fixed overhead, and that gives us total estimated overhead of 134,000. Second major step here. Now that I have total estimated overhead, both fixed and variable, we're going to divide it by the estimated activity that we feel like is driving the overhead. Recall that's direct labor hours and 20,000 in direct labor hours. So if we divide that 20,000 direct labor hours into 134,000 estimated total overhead, how we're going to apply or assign throughout the year our overhead is using our predetermined overhead rate of $6.70 per direct labor hour. So if it's one direct labor hour, we would apply $6.70. Also note, I stepped through the exact way the book says to solve it. It's okay if you went a little bit alternate route, but still got the $6.70. For example, for some of you, you may have said, wait a second, the variable overhead is already on a estimated per direct labor hour rate, $2 per direct labor hour. If I do say the same thing to the fixed overhead, which was 94,000 divided by 20,000, that's also another way of getting to the same end predetermined overhead rate of $6.70. So now that we know how to estimate our overhead, future videos will talk about how to assign that overhead.